Hey there, geeks and geekettes. I've got a comic book. Negan lives. Oh yeah. So if you're aware of the Walking Dead comics, they ended last year and they ended on a high. I was really happy with it, with exception to Negan wasn't featured very much. There was a little nod to him, but there was no sort of ending arc for him. Robert Kirkman, the creator, basically said he was done with the comics and he ended it where he wanted to end it, even though it could have gone on forever. This year we get Negan Lives. It's a one-shot, but it almost closes the door on the fact that the Walking Dead comic has ended, and it seems that it could open the door for more Negan content.
Hot diggity dog!
And if we're going to get more Negan content, I'm going to be a very happy man, because Negan is he is my favourite character from the Walking Dead, both on screen and in ink format.
Don't be ridiculous. Thank you.
So this comic, as you can see, has got a signature there. This is signed by Charlie Adlard, who created this with Robert Kirkman, and didn't really pay any extra for it. I think I might have paid like £1 more for a signed comic. And then in the back is this certificate of authenticity for the signature of Charlie Adlard. So I have read this, I have taken it out, you get a little bit less glare now, and there is the cover of Negan Lives. Negan Lives basically tells the story of Negan in the parts where he's missing in the main story. He's on his own, he's basically talking to flowers, and he seems very lonely. But it's not depressing lonely, because Negan being Negan, there's a lot of swearing.
In case you haven't caught on, I just slid my dick down your throat, and you thanked me for it.
And he swears more than I do. The first line he speaks, dropping some F-bombs. The story basically tells the story of a stranger turning up at his property looking for help, and he's distrustful of her because it's the Walking Dead and nobody turns up for no reason. Then there's pretty much utter carnage ensues for a short while. Without giving it away, it leaves it wide open for more Negan. If they're going to go off and do a Negan arc, multiple comics, I would be really happy with that. As I said, he's one of my favourite characters. I've got Negan figures, I've got Negan pops, I've got Lucille, the blood spattered edition behind me there. I just think he's a great character. Henry Rollins was cast as Negan, or they wanted him to play Negan, as the comic book character Negan is actually based on Henry Rollins in look and attitude. But obviously Jeffrey Dean Morgan got the part on screen and absolutely killed it. The swagger that guy has got, and they've dropped all of the swearing out of the comics and he still has that swagger. However, if you look on YouTube, you can watch a version of Negan, obviously when he introduces Lucille to people's faces. There's a version where he basically does the comic book lines where every other word is an F-bomb, and you can see why they dropped it, because it doesn't quite work as well on screen as it does in the comic book format. Obviously the last issue of The Walking Dead ended with P.S. Negan Lives, and obviously the letter hacks at the end here from Charlie and Robert Kirkman basically explain what's going on, why they've brought the character back, basically that they missed him. And then there's a hint. I'll never say never, probably never, probably. So they say it's a surprise return to The Walking Dead, and if you're going to do a surprise return to The Walking Dead, then this is the way to do it. I just noticed, I've had this book for 3 weeks and I've just noticed the G is made from Lucille. There's almost a 3D effect with that blood spatter on the book as well. And there is the back of the book. I don't know if these are still readily available. I pre-ordered it as soon as I heard about it, and I pre-ordered for the signed edition. It's been a while since I've done a comic book review. I would absolutely, if you're a Walking Dead fan of the comics, go and get this. It's a brilliant comic. It doesn't impact the main storyline, yet it feels like part of the main storyline, and that's some clever writing going on there. So 100% if you're a Walking Dead fan, go and pick this up. And also, I've just found out, or not just, about a week ago, my mate Mike Davis, he messaged me and basically said they're re-releasing the Walking Dead comics. I'm like, oh, I've got compendiums, I've got original comics, and I've got sort of the graphic novels with 6 issues in each. And then he said, yeah, but they're re-releasing them in colour. Because if you don't know and you haven't read The Walking Dead, it's all, the covers are in colour, but the actual comic book story are in black and white. So I think I'm going to have to start getting the coloured ones, coloured versions, variants, special editions, whatever they are. They are out now on Forbidden Planet, or they're for pre-order now on Forbidden Planet. So I've been the Bearded Geek. That is Negan Lives. Please, Kirkman and Image and Skybound, more of this. We love Negan. We are Negan. Goodbye. Welsh bells.